Milo, you proud of him? One of the things I like to do is I like to step away from my side-by-side, away from my human smell, and change clothes. So I parked side-by-side right here at the edge of this field, and I'm just 10 yards from it, and I have a tub. It's a cheap Walmart tub. I put a carbon absorber on it, and this seems to make a difference. But I just keep my clothes in there. I use some wafers. I use a little bit of everything on the scent control. I'm not a believer that any one scent control works, but I think if you put them all together, you can make an impact on your scent, especially early season when it's hot and sweaty. So in this setup here, I've got an old stand up here that I'm gonna go see if I can crawl in and sit in. I'm not sure on the old stand if it's going to be good enough to actually sit in, so I'm gonna take another stand with me with a couple steps. I think there's a tree or two close by that I might, if I have to, I might have to hang a stand real quick. So normally I like to do that in different clothes, so I'm not gonna get hot and sweaty right before I sit. But given the breeze today and the wind direction, I think I'll be okay, because I think the deer are gonna be coming from my left instead of my right, which should kind of allow me to kind of have some northwest wind coming through. So we'll see how it goes, but never can tell early season. Just had my buck slip in. He came from the field where the cows are. I guess he was just laid up on a creek bank right above it. Was not expecting that. I checked some cards today, and he's been through this area usually around 7 o'clock. And I'm grazing out in this little field here. But it's 5 o'clock. I guess that cold front got him moving a little early. A little disappointed. He actually came through about 4:15, and I should have been up here, but I had to move his stand. I got an old wooden stand up here that I was gonna sit, but I didn't check it, and the floor's rotten out. So I had to hang a stand here. Took me a little bit, but I didn't even have my arrow knocked when he came slipping right on by. I'm hoping he comes back through. He didn't stick around, so we'll see. Smoked him. He's down. He's down. Hey, where you at?
I'm up there in town.
Just shot him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get him good?
Yeah, I think he's down about 40 yards over here.
Oh, good deal.
I'm not yeah, I'm not confident. I thought it was a heck of a shot, but I used an expandable because I'm in this field here, and it didn't get but 4 inches of penetration. It went right in behind the shoulder. I don't really know what happened, but it ran off the hill about 20 yards, and then it looked like I saw blood pouring out. That's what it appears to be, anyways. And then I thought I heard him crash right at the deck down here by the mushroom hole, and there was a little buck with him that kind of just stood there and watched him and then eased past him.
Well, okay. You swim and get side to side?
Maybe throw in Milo if you don't mind, and then and just pull on up here to this flat, because as hot as it is, I want to see if I can save the velvet that's on his antlers to get him in the freezer quick.
Okay, all right.
So.
I'm up here in town, so I'm going to graze this cut and I'll find down that way.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what to think about that. Mixed feelings. I know there's bigger bucks on the farm, but with this early archery season, first time Arkansas's done it, not really a big fan of it, but that buck still had velvet on it. If he was out of velvet, I probably wouldn't have shot him, to be honest, but he's out of velvet. He's a 4.5-year-old at least. He's got a big sway back in him. Pretty solid deer, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm anxious to get down there and look at him. I'm pretty confident he just went about 30-40 yards off the hill and crashed. At least what it sounded like. I didn't get a ton of penetration, which I'm a little confused by that, but I am using expandables. I usually use fixed, but right here in this open field, my shot was going to be 20-25 yards, 30 at the most, so I kind of wanted to use something to get a good blood trail in this grass. But he started kind of bleeding out pretty well right as he crowned off the hill, so I don't think he went very far. We'll see. Pretty pumped. First velvet deer. If you have any tips on how to keep velvet, probably going to do Euro on this one. I don't know if he's big enough for a shoulder mount, but have any tips, let me know. to use my bow hanger upper because I forgot his long leash.
Milo.
I don't think he's gonna be far. Probably unnecessary.
He's pulling you. Blood.
Yeah, I'm calling it. I didn't see blood when I shot. It only got a little bit penetration.
Yeah, he's going right to it. Yeah.
You see him on the backside of that cedar? He just piled up in that cedar.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can get him with the camera yet. No, he didn't go far at all.
That's probably 40 yards. There he is.
Hey, Milo.
Like I said, without velvet, I don't know if I would have shot him early on, you know?
Yeah.
But I saw that velvet hanging, I thought I gotta give that a...
That's what the season's for. Evidently.
Here, Milo, sit. Milo, hey, sit. Wait. Wait, Milo, wait. This is a thicket right here.
Yeah, it is.
He's a 4-year-old, at least.
Yeah, probably good. Yeah.
Shot a little high. But he's got some long main beams.
He's a tall rascal.
Tall and long. Not very wide at all. But like I said, I thought I couldn't see him from where I was at crash, but I heard it, and then that little buck stayed right out here and walked right up past this and went right on out. But like I said, he's nothing huge, but those are some long main beams.
Well, what are you thinking about the velvet hunt?
Not a fan, but this is a cooler day than, I don't know if I've ever seen a day in.
Oh, it cooled off a bunch since yesterday is hot.
Well, yesterday it was 90 something degrees, and today the high was 70s.
Mm-hmm.
This would be awful if it wasn't for that. This
Yeah.
was a reasonable sit. Like I said, that shot him a little high, but it is.
I just don't like well, we had a lot of good bucks took out of the gene pool early.
Yeah, before they even get a chance to breed. Even in bow season, you'll have some of those early breeders, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know.
I don't know if I do it every year, but who knows if they'll have it again next year. It's an opportunity that you ever kill a velvet buck?
I never have, no.
At least I could say I did.
There you go.
Time to get his night. Time for the fun part. So this buck we kind of had on camera for probably about a month now. Very inconsistent. He started off on a mineral pile that's up on a ridge, kind of cedar glade ridge. And then the last probably week, maybe week and a half, he's been frequenting this little field that I have, kind of offsets between a creek and our main hayfield. Kind of just a little area that a lot of deer like to congregate in. I guess they feel safe there. Rarely do we ever go through that field. It's just kind of a old grown-up field there. But he was one of those bucks that I couldn't decide if I wanted to shoot him or not, but he looked like a really kind of a mature deer. And then I never really placed him until I got my hands on him after I'd shot him, which deer he was. And it turns out he was actually a buck that I've had a couple encounters with. Had a couple encounters last year and a lot in 2022 where he would always come in and bully the other deer around, but he didn't have a rack shape. In fact, I remember one encounter when he came snort wheezing in and scared a pretty nice buck away that I was considering shooting, and he just ruled the roost, but he didn't have a rack. And after getting my hands on him, looking through game camera pictures, I actually pieced this all together, and I got photos clear back to 2020 of this deer, in which I think he's 2.5 in 2020, which would put him at 6.5 years old this year. He has the exact same rack shape pretty much every year. You notice his left eye guard is a little bit taller than his right eye guard, and you notice that he really didn't change much. His actual, when he was 3.5, he was a little bit taller, kind of like he is now. And then the next 2 years, he kind of shrunk in height, but added a little bit of width to him. And then, of course, this year in 2024, he grew quite a bit in height and long main beams. He's got some pretty long main beams. So this year is by far his best year in year 6.5. It's also one of those things where I went through photos, and it seems like early October I get a picture here and a picture there, but late October to early November seemed to be his prime time, and then late November to early December is when I have most of the pictures on game camera and videos of him coming in. This year is the first year I've seen him in velvet, and I kind of have a feeling this is one of those bucks that lived probably on a farm or two right next door, and then just found comfort in coming into our area, which probably has a few too many does, and was able to find a home here during the rut. Evidently he liked it, because in year 6 he changed his patterns a little bit and started spending time here before he even lost his velvet. So just interesting to see how deer can change, and very satisfied with the hunt. Really pleased to figure out that I had all this history with this deer and didn't realize it until the end. So one of the benefits of game cameras and keeping up. So